Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to the Planetary Pool for what's today? Today is Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. Tomorrow is Revenge of the Sith.
No, today, the 5th. Revenge of the 5th or the 6th.
Okay,
yeah. You can do either one. 6th,
yeah.
5th. Yeah.
Dark Side gets 2 days. I'm your host, H, and with me is Peter. How you doing, man?
Good. Real
Avengers.
Good. Avengers was great.
Avengers, you loved it?
I saw it Thursday night at 7:30, and it was as good as I thought it could be. It was maybe not quite as good as the first one, but it was different and still awesome. And it had so many great scenes, so many great lines, so many little character moments. Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. I liked it. I felt like I didn't like it as I didn't like it more than the first one. I didn't like it any less. I thought it was about the same. But yeah, I felt the same way. I thought it was really enjoyable. Some of the scenes were over the top like it was supposed to be. What did you think about the Hulkbuster versus Hulk?
That was the best part. I mean, there was some really good stuff. I mean, Ultron was great. I really enjoyed him, but he wasn't the best part of the movie. He was definitely not the best part of the movie. The Hulkbuster stuff and then some of those lines was the best part. I mean, I'd go back to see it a second time just for the Hulkbuster scene. Yeah. Just so I could really absorb all that stuff again.
Yeah. Just like even John was saying a moment ago, that the whole thing with the minimizing of the destruction, it felt like it was a referendum on Man of Steel because people complained so much, oh my God, the level of destruction is so great, it's terrible. But then you saw here, stuff got destroyed, but not at that same level. I mean, the fight was all over, what was it, some random city in South Africa?
You have to assume that some people got killed.
Right.
Like all that debris flying over, you can't say, okay, just because they didn't show you one person getting killed, you have to assume some people got killed.
Somebody got hit by a flying brick somewhere.
Nobody could have not gotten injured. It's just preposterous. But they didn't have to kill millions of people just for a hack. Hey, look at that! We just killed 25 million people. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Well, especially since we're gonna hijack a city at the end of the spoilers. Especially since they hijacked the city at the end and that happened.
Yep.
But I really enjoyed it. What did you think about the relationship between Widow and Bruce?
I liked it. I thought it worked. They give you a reason for it to work.
Yeah.
They were so different and so opposite, and they didn't spend a ton of time on it. It's not like it consumed the movie.
Right.
It was a nice little thing that was going on, and there was some great stuff at the end with the two of them, and I really enjoyed it.
Right.
I really thought it was good.
I thought that was the main thing with the film, was everything was kind of organic as it happened, because of course you start off with the big action scene, and then the second act was the character development. Because the one thing that really got me was, even though this was the second movie, you still didn't quite have a team. Whereas most movies, you have everybody getting together, and then the second movie, they're a fully formed team. You didn't get that with this. They're still trying to get their thing together. But what I did think was, especially with how Ultron and the Vision were created, this was like a modern retelling of the Frankenstein story.
Sure,
when
absolutely.
you think about it.
Yeah, Vision was great. Vision was awesome.
Yeah.
He was amazingly kick-ass.
Yeah, only thing I can say, if you haven't seen it already, we probably spoiled enough of it, watch for what happens with a certain hammer. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that was surprising. Yeah. I don't think anybody wasn't surprised by that.
I would say like this, with as many trailers that came out and kept coming out and kept on coming out, which I try not to watch them all, I think they did a fair share of not spoiling too much of the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there were still a lot of moments like, oh.
There was a lot of small moments, and even they promoted that Hulkbuster sequence the whole time. For the past year, they've been promoting that, and it was still awesome. There was still a ton of good stuff in there, and it was still fantastic.
Right. What did you think about James Spader as Ultron? Did he convey the character? I mean, I know he didn't play a big part in the movie, but did he still
he did it well.
Give the menace?
I thought he was funny and menace and crazy. He did crazy well. You really felt like he was a crazy, out of control robot. I was worried he'd be too much like his, Blacklist character, and they broke it up enough for me that it worked for me. He wasn't too funny and he wasn't too melodramatic, but I really did get a sense of he was a robot whose brain, or half robot, whatever, was not working right.
It wasn't logical, do not compute. He felt
he was
organic.
Emotion, and he's irrational or rational.
Sorry.
Tony Stark. His hatred of Tony Stark was great. I thought that was awesome. I really enjoyed. It's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna kill everyone.
We're just gonna kill them all.
This world was complicated and dirty. I'm just gonna kill everybody. That seems simpler to me. That was kind of his rationale.
Right. And especially with what you said about him and his relationship with Tony Stark. It's like, look, you didn't give me what I wanted, so you gotta go. I could do it better, but you just gotta go. I can't do this.
Yeah. So. Irrational hatred of don't compare me to Tony Stark.
Ooh, oops.
Yeah, you know, it was good.
Before I let you go, really quick, because of course Free Comic Book Day was the next day. How was it here?
It was crazy. It was not the most people we've ever seen, but it was crazy. We saw over 800 people over the course of the day. We were busy all day. We had lots of good deals on comics and trade books, and I saw lots of new people I've never seen before. And even on Sunday and Monday, we were busy, and I saw lots of people come in who weren't regulars.
Right.
So it was a huge hit. The whole point of Free Comic Book Day is to get people who don't read a lot of comics or don't read comics at all to come in and try some stuff for free to start reading comics.
Right.
And I think this year, like almost every year, it worked really well.
It did. It really did. I mean, some of the stores I went to, they were big crowds. And as I was saying earlier, even though people got up early and hung out early, got their free comics, and some of them kind of bounced, I did see like a good amount of retention of people. I could say I went over to the Amazing Comic Store down in Fairfax,
okay, sure.
And even though it was like in the late afternoon, you still had people coming down with their kids. And fortunately for a lot of retailers, some people thought well ahead and ordered more of the kids stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because all the adult stuff is going to leave early, but like the kids stuff, you know, people coming in, hey, where's Scooby-Doo? Here's your Scooby-Doo. Where's Bob's Burger and things of that sort. So yeah.
Yeah, I still had you know, Scooby-Doo and Bongo and SpongeBob left on Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
So, you know, I order extra on those just because I love having free kids comics for more than just 1 or 2 days. You know?
Right.
I really got a lot on those. I still had some Divergence left over, and a little bit of Secret Wars, but that Avengers stuff, I ordered 600 copies of Avengers, all gone. 600 copies gone before the end of the day.
All right, dude. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Let's do some comic books.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got some comic books, and the fan favorite through 3 Facebook groups: Pop Culture Uncovered, Comic Books for Everyone, Comic Book Lovers. Everyone wants to hear about Secret Wars. Is it worth picking up? You gotta wait, because I got a couple other books ahead of it. So we're going to start off with Amazing Spider-Man number 18. And this is the conclusion of Spider-Man's battle with the Ghost, and we get to see what happens with Parker Industries. Does it all come crumbling down? It's the tale of Peter Parker. As soon as it seems like he's doing something good, bad thing tends to happen. And I don't know if we can put all this squarely on Parker or Doc Ock, since Doc Ock was the one that more or less started the business. But is Parker a good CEO? We don't know. Get this book, a nice solid issue, and also Catwoman's gone. No, I'm sorry, not Catwoman, wrong book. There's that Divergence thing going on. Black Cat has gone black crazy. I can't say the other word. Next up, the Wonder Woman 77 special. This was very special. Nice, thick book. You got disco dancing. You got crazy women. You got Wonder Woman versus Wonder Woman, bell-bottom pants. If you're either a fan of the old series, if you remember the 70s show, if you were a fan of Batman 66, this will be right up your alley. I really enjoyed this book. The dialogue was a bit shaky at times, but the art is off the hook. I think if Linda Carter was to get her hands on this, she'd be proud as to the portrayal of her Wonder Woman in this book. I was very impressed. You need to pick this up. Even at $8, you got a lot of books, because quite frankly, I have not finished reading it yet. I read as far as I could, but I really liked it, and I definitely put it on my pull list for this week. You got to get a solid book. Next up, Gail Simone's Part 1 of Sword of Sorrows, and this is a Dynamite comic book with a who's who of all the women that are featured in Dynamite books. You have Red Sonja, you have Deja Thoris, you have Vampirella, you have the female Kato, and they've all been given an ebony blade, a Sword of Sorrows. And of course you have a man out there who has his own He-Man Woman Haters Club that's trying to kill all the women. If you're not doing Convergence, but you want something Convergence-like, you might want to check this out, because eventually what it looks like is all these women with the swords, their worlds are going to clash. Good issue. Gail Simone, thank you. Last up, boys and girls. This book needs no introduction. Is it worth the price of admission? Yes. A lot of book, a lot of book. And I will say before I get started, I hope you've been following Jonathan Hickman's work, because if you're just jumping into this book, you're going to be all lost in the sauce. So this is when time finally runs out. This is when the worlds end. This is when the Ultimate Universe, the 1610 collides with the 616. Who lives, who dies. You need to pick this up because it is on. It's just a lot of action right out the gate. Jonathan Hickman has built this story up over the last 1 or 2 years with a lot of exposition with what's been going on with these incursions, and we're finally starting to see the fruit, and everyone's involved. There's so many characters in there. You got the Guardians of the Galaxy here. You have Iron Man in his different forms, Reed Richards, Sue Richards, Black Panther, everyone's trying to escape what's going to happen. Your jaw will drop when you see what happens, and it's only the beginning. And I will be honest with you, to me, this is a lot less confusing than Convergence, because again, if you've been following what's been going on, you know what's up. So run out, go get this book. I know you're digging this variant cover. It's solid. Now, before we go, of course, we want to talk about some other books that are coming out. The Fox #2. You got some Brontosaurus stuff going over here, heads exploding. Get this book. Dean Haspel's doing good work with this book. Black Mask, issue #2, We Can Never Go Home Again. Another solid work. Grab this. All new Captain America special. Now, for those of you out there that are Valiant fans, the Valiant Universe Handbook #1 has just dropped. I plan on getting my hands on this because I have to honestly say, I'm trying to get into the Valiant Universe, and if this is a good primer, this would be a good idea to grab this. One of my all-time favorites, issue #7 of Daemon. Solid vampire comic. You need to grab this. #3 or 4 of Halogen. Good pick, grab this. For those of you that are in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, #3, Manimals is out. Afterlife with Archie, and I'm so loving, digging this cover. Grab this. And another one from, oh, wait a minute, did I do this? I think this is a variant cover of We Can Never Go Home Again. It got mixed in my pile somehow. Last but not least, Earth 1 Volume 2 hardback is out. If you read Part 1, pick up Part 2. This is going to be on sale tomorrow at your local comic book shop. So again, I want to thank everyone that's been watching the videos. Don't forget to support your shops. We are here for more than just handing out books. We want to get you in. We want to get you reading. You got all kinds of books. You got your Capes and Powers, you got your love stories, you got your horrors, you got a little bit of everything. So make sure if you didn't grab anything on Free Comic Book Day, don't let that stop you. Get to your nearest store. Otherwise, you can check out Big Planet Comics at bigplanetcomics.com. You can check them on Facebook. You can check me out at popcultureuncovered.com. You can catch me on Facebook as well. We have our own Facebook group, which is growing by the minute. And also you can follow us on Twitter at PC Uncovered. Other than that, this has been the Planetary Pool. Happy Cinco de Mayo. May you have a great Revenge of the 6th. This is H. I'm out. We'll see you next week.